Welcome to Into the Mystic Ash. It's well past midnight on the 8th of August 2022. There's a lot of chatter about the Lionsgate portal and manifestations. I feel inclined to do a reading. I have not done a reading up until this point. I think I did one yesterday or the day before. But I've been working on putting together bundles and creating products and loading them onto my Etsy store. I'm extremely proud of myself. It is super hard to push through the block that is self-defeating mindset. Whether it's fear of success or fear of failure, sometimes just getting to the point of setting it up is a huge deal. And I've only got 5 loaded right now, 5 different products. However, all the little intricacies that go into loading a product, I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And I think there's something in that for you. Is there something that you really want to do that maybe you've had a block against? Is there something that you're scared of failing at, or maybe scared of succeeding at? Maybe put your hand to it, give it a try. So the first time I made lip balm, it was way too waxy. Too much wax. And I was using the percentages that were being instructed on the DIYs and all. It wasn't the right combination for my products. So I finally got it to a really lovely mixture. And I'm really enjoying my lip balm. I just made some tonight so that I could do some pictures in the new containers. And this lime mint that I've created, I just love it. It feels so good on my lips. I just really love it. So I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good, you know? And I went to church this morning, well, yesterday morning, and a few things were said that I found incredibly interesting. First of all, it was the story of Elijah, his origin story. And secondly, which I found fascinating, and secondly, what I found fascinating was the message behind it, which was God needs to work on you before he can work through you. The divine needs to work on you before it can work through you. Okay? It makes total sense. You know, one of the things also that were said was a lot of times you get pushed through a dark night of the soul, solitude, loss, extreme circumstances that most people would not make it through. And you get put in these circumstances so that you rely 100% on the divine, on God. And by doing this, you realize that your strengths come from above and all around. They come from God. And through our weaknesses is where we really find our strength. I find that beautiful. Why would God pick the strongest, smartest, most brilliant person on the planet to work through? No. He's going to pick, or the divine is going to pick the most weak, unpowerful, like the opposite of power. He's going to pick that person to work through, because that really shows the power and the miracle. I think that's amazing. So, I know a lot of us are struggling right now. And it's hard to kind of look within and go, okay, what can I change? What can I adjust? And I think the message is, don't force it. Just take a step back. Take a deep breath. And let the divine light shine through you and all around you. Humble yourself. Admit your faults and your weaknesses so that you can heal. And then in turn, when you're healed, you can go around and help others heal by setting the example. A lot of times we think we know better than God or the Almighty, whatever you want to call them, her, it, they, all of everything. It doesn't matter. People are going to do what they're going to do, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. I mean, you can, but it will go horribly wrong and you might just spit it out in your face. All we can do is lead by example. Why did Jesus go into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights? To be tempted, right? To be stripped down to the weakest bits of himself and find his strength in the Almighty, right? Because if he could do it, then that meant other people could do it. And that's why those who have suffered get chosen for this path of helping others heal. It's kind of hard to listen to somebody who's had it made from the time they were born. It's hard because my first response is, how the fuck would you know? You've never experienced struggle. You've never experienced, not being able to feed yourself or your family. You've never experienced stress over your, basic needs and resources. So how in the hell can you speak on healing when you've never really experienced the hurt and the pain? Ugh, this new style of shuffling is I'm going to read the stories out of this book. I love them. I think they're beautiful. Sun in reverse is missed opportunities, delays, doubt, fear of missing out, and depression. Well, that totally sucks. Right? But that's it. That's the dark night of the soul right there. missed opportunities, delays, doubt, fear of missing out, and depression. That is a dark night of the soul. And then we have Two of Swords, facing fears, a stalemate, denial, opposition, a precarious position. The Two of Swords represents being stuck between hard choices. Sita's decision between Skilya and Charybdis is not easy and cannot be made blindly. It calls for self-reflection. Dark night of the soul. Things can only remain balanced for so long before a move must be made. That was another thing, actually, at the end of service. You know, I'll go to any church at least 3 times as long as there's no weird, I don't know, stuff going on. I'll go to temple, I'll go to mosque, I'll go to anything. I'll check it out. As long as people aren't getting hurt, you know? Like, I don't want to go to a cult service where people are hurting one another. I think that's wrong. That's where I draw the line, because that's not worship. That's just, I don't know what that is. That's just sad. Really. It's just sadness. But one of the last things that he said was, you know, in Hebrew, the term that's used for get up and move literally means like you physically get yourself up right now in that moment and you move yourself. You don't think about moving, you don't make a plan to move, you don't discuss it with people, you literally just do it. You get up and you physically do it. Right? Get up and move. So for me, it's like, get up and take pictures of these products. Get up and make the products and take pictures of them, right? Get up and fill out the forms and fix the problems with, you know, administration and, you know, get up and do it. Get up and do the reading. You've been thinking about doing the reading all day. Get up and do it. I was about to go to sleep. I was like, nope. I've been thinking about doing a reading all day. I gotta do it. And then we've got the sun is success, birth, confidence after passing through difficult times. Egyptian sun god Ra proves everything is illuminated with optimism and enthusiasm for the path ahead. And that's what we have to remember. Shit gets real and it gets hard. Okay? And if it doesn't, then you're not doing it right. And when it does, keep in mind that the sun will come out tomorrow. Don't end yourself today, because there is beauty on the horizon. I know things sometimes just seem like you can't get through it. There's too much. Or you have too little. But you have to understand you were given the right combination for you. You were given the right combination for this lifetime, in that body, in that time, with all your circumstances. You have the tools, you have the resources, you have the gifts. You just have to go within and sit quietly with yourself and with God, your God. God is within us. God is everywhere. Speak, and you will be heard. But also, don't forget to listen. You know, you don't ask a question if you don't want to know the answer to it, because you'll get the answer. And sometimes that answer is, you know what? Everything's getting fucked up for you because you're on the wrong path. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing for a certain lifestyle or a certain job or a certain person in your life. You keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And it keeps going shitty for you because you're pushing in the wrong direction and there's something better for you, waiting patiently for you. If you could just get out of your own way, get up and move, right? One of the things that I've noticed about myself, and I've noticed it for other people too, sometimes when you get stuck in life, it's a good idea if you find a charity. Pardon my yawn. Find a charity. Bored? You're bored with this message? Well, I'm bored with your trauma drama. Get over yourself. Build a bridge and get over it. Get up and move. Go volunteer somewhere. Put someone else ahead of your own needs. Literally, get up and move. Go to the local food bank and put bags together so that they can give away food to the homeless. Or serve dinner one night for the homeless at your local church. Get up and move. Offer the local women and children's shelter to put together packages for the kids, maybe of toys and things. If you have a special skill or talent that other people could benefit from, donate 10% as part of your tithe to humanity. Because we are all God's creation. And if you tithe to one another and you tithe to the planet and you tithe to the creations around you, you are tithing to God. Now, obviously, religious organizations are not going to be happy with me saying that, but it's true. Donate 10% of your time if you don't have the money. Donate 10% of your stuff if you don't have the time or the money. There is always a way to give, and the reason that we give is to make room for what is for us. Because what is for us won't pass us by if we are receptive and have room and space for it. You're pushing for a job or a lifestyle or to have someone in your life. What if you're pushing in the wrong direction? And even if you got those things, you'd be fucking miserable. There's a book, if you read at all, and I'm sure it's in audio form as well. There's a book called Illusions by Richard Bach. He's one of my favorite writers. And in the very beginning of the book, there's a story about a little creature. A little river creature. And all the little river creatures are stressing and straining and constantly pushing to stay upstream so that they don't get knocked downstream, because they've all got this idea in their head that if they let go, they'll just die. You know what? Read the book yourself. I know you're bored, but you're still watching this. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's time. You want me to tell you what your purpose is in life? Let's ask. What's their purpose? 5 of Swords. Ain't that the truth? Oh, yeah. Your purpose is just sadness. Because you're not going within. You're not getting quiet. Who are you to ask what your purpose is until you go through your dark night of the soul? Your purpose right now, is to get up and move. Your purpose right now is to go through the suffering, feel it, work through it, understand it, and talk to God about it. You're not. You're going outside of yourself and outside of God to try and solve this problem. You're trying to solve, a spiritual problem with a physical solution, and it's just not going to work. You need a spiritual solution for a spiritual problem. You have to go through the painful bits of life so that you can appreciate the beautiful parts of life. You gotta be able to own your shit, even when it's ugly, or embarrassing, or scary. Because I bet you someone else has been through something worse. And they could really use someone to talk to, or at least listen to. And who wants to listen to someone if they haven't gone through what you've gone through, right? You want to listen to somebody who's been through the wars like you have, because you need to know the proper solution and the pitfalls to avoid. And how would the person know either of those things if they hadn't gone through it? You're avoiding ripping off the painful band-aid. But it's a hell of a lot worse if you leave it on and let it fester. What's your life purpose? Well, right now, your life purpose is to go through the fucking shit storm. Feel it. And you need to go within. You're not going within, and that's why you're in so much pain. Well, what if you do go within? It's not about you. You gotta put the work in. You have to suffer in order to have the understanding, so that you understand what love truly is. You gotta go through it and lick your wounds so that you can level up. Okay, I love you. I'm tired. I'll do another reading maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I probably will. But, if you've got something that you believe is holding you back, something in your past, some painful thing someone else did to you or whatever, I highly recommend that you look up the steps of forgiveness. There are multiple steps, and there are multiple people with multiple versions of the steps that you can take. And look at a few different ones, look at a few different lists, and see what will work for you. And this will help you on your path toward enlightenment of your purpose. Because whatever your pain point is where your purpose is. Wherever your sadness and your loss and your mental anguish and turmoil lies, that's where your life purpose is. Because that is the point that keeps getting brought up for you. Which means you have a reality on it. You're familiar with it. Then you gotta let it go, you gotta forgive. And through that forgiveness, you'll find techniques that help you get through it. And that's when you can really start helping other people heal from the same trauma dramas. That's when you really elevate. That's when you're on your path. That's your life purpose right there. Yeah, well, I know you don't want to help other people because other people hurt you. But you know what? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and they've made you stronger because you're still here. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a hug. Go stand in front of the mirror every morning and tell yourself that you love yourself and that you're doing an awesome job with the tools that you have. Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. I love you. I can't do any more. Today. Well, I mean, yesterday. It's technically tomorrow. Oh, time is so relative. Sorry, silly jokes. Also, good news for me, I sold my first product. Technically, I sold 2. I got the package ready to be shipped out for the first thing in the morning tomorrow. And I just have to say, I'm so appreciative of that person. I threw in an extra product for them. Hopefully they like it. And I wrote them a little note. And for the next few people who've purchased from my store, they'll get the same thing until I get too busy. I will be as personalized and lovely as possible until I just can't manage it anymore. I'll try to keep it small. I'll try not to make too many of anything. But by doing that, I have to charge a bit more. But I'm not worried about it anymore. My blessings are infused. My time is precious and I am sharing it, and I'm sharing it deeply with anyone who purchases an item from me. And hopefully when you get your product, you infuse your own blessings within it, making it that much more powerful and potent. My goal is to help people boss up, glow up, and brighten up the world. Everything that I do is geared toward helping others raise their frequency and vibration. But I can lead a horse to water. I can't force you to drink it. That's up to you, you know? But just know that you are love, you are loved, you are loving, you are worthy of love, you are deserving of love, you are able to love others, and others deserve your love. And it works if you work it, because you're worth it. Alright, seriously, I'm going. I love you. Sweet dreams. Have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Happy Lionsgate, right? Is that what it is? Oh, I do this work every day, but it's nice to know that it's amplified. It's like bonus points in a video game. You manifest today and you get like bonus points for it. It's like a multiplier when you gamble.